Hi, I am Tiffany and this is my channel, Thriving Lively. I have been following the Starch Solution for a little over 7 or 8 months. I started in June of 2020. I've lost between 13 and 15 pounds depending on the day and how much sodium or whatever, so somewhere in between there. And I'm slowly losing more. I'm kind of in my healthy weight range, and so it is just going a little more slowly, but I am still losing. And I'm definitely not 100% on plan all the time. I do tend to eat a little bit of candy here and there, and if I haven't been satisfying my hunger with starches sufficiently, then I do get a little more snacky and I end up eating things that are in my house brought in by my husband. So anyway, it is a meal prep day for me, and so I am just going to share what I have prepped for the week, or at least the next few days, and show you what the meals end up looking like. It's very similar to last time, or like every week I eat the same things a lot, but it helps me stay consistent and it makes my life easy. I have 2 small children, so easy is key, I guess, just to form new habits. So for breakfast, I always eat oats, and I usually pair that with some berries. And I know a lot of people get weird about having organic berries. I can be one of those people sometimes, but it's really hard to find this specific blend of berries organic, so I don't always get them organic. And I also add flaxseed and a little bit of oat milk or almond milk to my oats every day. So that's usually my starchy part of my breakfast. And then I do follow the 50-50 plate. And so with that, I do steamed cabbage. I have a whole other bag, but it's somewhere in the fridge. So I have my steamed cabbage, or my cabbage all cut up, ready to steam in the mornings. And then I usually pair that with a summer squash. Yellow is my favorite for some reason, but that wasn't looking very good apparently. So I got a bunch of zucchini instead. And so I have my zucchini and cabbage before I eat my oats. And with my oats, I eat between 3/4 of a cup dry or 1 full cup dry, depending on if I worked out or how hungry I am. If I wake up and I'm starving, then I eat extra. I don't try to count calories or worry about it too much. If my body's telling me that it's hungry, then I'm going to feed it more food. So that is my breakfast almost every day. For my lunches, I am going to be doing a burrito bowl. And so my starches are going to be these sweet potatoes. And I've cooked up some orange sweet potatoes or red garnet yams. I'm not really sure what they are. And then I also did some of the Hawaiian. They're not super soft. I don't know how to cook them very well. Anyway, so those will be my base of the starch. And then I will be adding some black beans. I was going to make them like dry black beans, but I got tired, so I stopped. It happens. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting this on some sweet potato. And then for my vegetable part of lunch, I'm going to be either having this iceberg lettuce, which, it's not the top choice, but it's still a vegetable. Or I have cut up this broccoli, and so I'll probably just be steaming that up and eating that with my burrito bowls as well, and then topping everything off with some salsa. I just buy a low sodium salsa from the store, and it usually goes pretty fast. My husband actually stole the one that I bought, so it's in his office right now that he is snacking on. So yeah, that is going to be my lunch. And then for dinner, I'm going to be doing a Dahl dish, so just lentils over some rice and then my veggies. So for the starches, I'm going to be making rice. I haven't pre-made it yet, I haven't been making it in bulk just because it has been sitting in my fridge. So I'm gonna just make it on the days we decide to eat it. So So I'll be having that with this lentil Dahl stuff put over it, and I will show you how I made it. It's really simple. My kids really like it, and so it doesn't have a ton of spice or anything, but you can make it very spicy. So, and then for veggies with that, I'm going to be roasting some more of my zucchinis, and then I have all of my Brussels sprouts. This is just one container of it. So I have my Brussels sprouts ready. I steam my Brussels sprouts because it's easier on my digestion, but a lot of people like them roasted better. I like them roasted better, but I do what makes my body feel good. And so I'll be roasting the zucchini with some mushrooms. And normally I put those in brown bags, but we are out. And so it's just staying in that package for right now. And then that is going to be my veggie side. So the starches are the dal and the rice, and veggies are roasted zucchini, mushrooms, and steamed Brussels sprouts. And then another thing that I've done to prep for this week is I have washed and de-stickered all the apples. So I eat about like 1 apple a day, and then my kids and my husband also eat an apple. And then what I also do, just to kind of be prepared for times that you are hungrier or that I'm hungrier. I'm not preparing this for you. You don't know where I live. Anyway, I always cook up some extra potatoes. And so what I do is I just slice them into like fry shapes, boil them on the stove until they're like, you know, I can prick them with a fork and they're a little bit tender. And then I keep them in the fridge, and then I just air fry them as needed. Another thing that I tend to do as I'm like prepping all my food is I always have something to eat. I don't know if anyone else does this. Excuse me. But I always have something. So I have one of my opal apples cut up, and yeah, that is it for all my food prep stuff. I know that when I am prepped that it is a lot easier to stay on plan, and I feel like, you know, it gives me a sense of normalcy in this crazy world. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching my video and just hanging out with me in my messy kitchen, and I will see you guys in the next one.
And for the Dahl recipe, I'm going to be cooking 2 cups of rinsed dry brown lentils. And to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this red curry paste. And then because I didn't have any chicken broth, I'm just using water today, and so I'm going to add a little bit of the better than bouillon. And then once that's been cooking for a little bit, I add a full bottle of this marinara sauce. You can use any kind of sauce. You can just put diced tomatoes, but I didn't want to mess with spices because my one child is very picky about the kind of spices that she has. And then I stir that and let it cook down, and that is how I make the Dahl recipe.